With Grubby currently leading the series 2-0, CatZ is it's bad for him. That was an eloquent introduction, and given the fact that this is a pre-recorded series, I could start over, but you know what? It's staying in there because I'm like that. Gonna be Newkirk City, the map choice for the player in the bottom right, Root Gaming's CatZ, as he is currently down 0-2 against Grubby. You know, CatZ has played 2 amazing series before this, one against White Raw in some of the craziest games I've ever seen, another against Morrow and some of the more dramatic back and forth of solid versus psychotic openings. And here against Grubby, it seems like CatZ can't quite get any of his build orders to stick, and yet his attitude seems good. Keep in mind both these players competing for 3rd place, $500 of my moolah, and of course the rights to call themselves better than one other person in the beta. All valuable pieces to the motivational puzzle. Grubby will do an early expand on Newkirk City, given this ramp makes it a very easy defense, but I have a sensation, I have a feeling, I get a rumbly in my tummy that tells me that CatZ is going to try to do something a little bit off base. There was a daily I did on a playstyle CatZ has been doing a lot, which is to send an early drone scout out, and then to go for as many hatches before pool as possible, generally 4. If one locale gets cannon rushed, it's very easy to cancel and re-expand, and because you have 4 vulnerable spots, that would be your 4 different hatch locations, it's almost too difficult to cannon all of them for the Protoss. He really has to dedicate, especially if you have any semblance of drone micro. So here we see the hatch going down. There we see a forge going up. CatZ sees the forge, and it looks like he might, yes, it looks like he will be going straight for a forge, in theory. I theorize a forge. CatZ is still building drones, though. And it looks like Grubby is going to go for it. Generally, CatZ invites this sort of play. Look at this. CatZ has enough money for a pool and is not going for a pool. Hatch expand. Where will the next hatchery go down? CatZ still opting not to construct a pool. Will he go into the main? Oh, it's a main base hatch coming out of CatZ. An odd play. Looks like he's going to have to cancel this hatchery. But the timing on Grubby is quite excellent. Oh, I freaked out for a moment there. Nice timing from Grubby, able to cancel a hatch. There's the re-expand. There's the hatch in the main base. Easiest way to deal with this is to just throw down a single cannon, then to let it be. Much as you would in a famous Beatles song, you just let it be. There's still no pool. There's the pool going down. I can't tell if it's a forgotten pool or an intentionally delayed pool. This is a smart move from Grubby. This photon cannon. Well, it's actually a little bit late. Photon cannon you can construct so that way if the hatch cancels, you can still cancel one of the... Still cancel off one of those cannons. Will CatZ let it finish? The hatch and main, many MLG qualifier matches. The final day lower bracket games to move on to Championship Sunday have been decided by this very play. The hatch and main base. The old player 4K lost. CatZ all used this play successfully to get an edge. Very weird series of plays going on right now. Again, to note, this is a late cybernetics core. Ordinarily, the cybernetics core will be finishing up around 5:30. This cybernetics core is going to be finishing up much later at around 6:15. On the other hand, CatZ started his layer at around 5:30. That's very, very early by standard measures. So with all this crazy exchanging, we have Grubby having expended... well, actually, I'm just going to go to the Units Lost tab. We have a build hatch and cancel here, a build hatch and cancel here, and a very accelerated tech, and it looks like Grubby has built a bunch of cannons in random locations and not really gotten much utility out of it. So in this position, especially with Overlord speed coming up, it's looking quite good for CatZ. If he chooses to make some sort, especially a Spire offensive would be very potent right now. Zerglings, kind of going the wrong direction. It's going to be an infestation pit. I don't like this play. Ooh, I would really love a Mutalisk play in this position. We know our opponent's tech is delayed. He can't have Blink very soon. He can't have Spire very soon. We have all the time in the world. I have no idea what's going on, other than maybe CatZ is listening to me, but that makes no sense because as of the day of the broadcast of this game, the servers are down. StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm is about to be released. What is going on? What on earth? What in the heck? WTF? Uh-oh. Grubby's about to make a push that is easily expected. But it looks like CatZ has almost no preparation for it. Sending out the second queen, no creep to join the two bases. I mean, right now the Zerglings are going to have to step up and deal a little bit of damage. There's the Time Warp to try to pick off as many of those drones as possible. Looks like the Mothership Core is taking some heavy damage. It will be microed away. It's still slower than a queen on creep. CatZ trying to... oh no, that stupid queen! Always marching off to her death. She would do that. Spire finishing up. Still don't get this infestation pit. Being pulled in a lot of different directions. I think Grubby's doing a reasonable choice. Just saying, hey, if you're down on two bases, you're low on larva, there's no way you're going to be able to defend this really cool build I have, the Immortal Sentry all in. Makes sense, but... where are the mutas? Supply blocked. That push timing really giving CatZ a hard time. Now that the Overlords are out, where are the mutas? There's the mutas being produced right now. 7. About to pop. Zergling speed not done. Warping on the pylon. Grubby just making such utility out of those back structures. Drones instantly cut it off. Ooh, this is kind of cool. Grubby didn't spot the Spire. What? The Immortals returning to serve as usual. Much like a dedicated waiter. Grubby's main base completely vulnerable. It looks like Grubby is starting to move out. Has the no anti-air force. CatZ needs to go now. Building 2 swarm hosts. Hoping he can hold this off. They're the main base getting hit at the perfect time. Is Grubby going to pull back? No, it looks like Grubby's just going to stick with the push. Has some Stalkers morphing in at the front, but that is not going to be enough to deal with those 7 Mutalisks. 3 shots, see you later. Same story with Stalker number 2. CatZ is going to pull back, and it looks like it's going to be Zerglings and drones against Immortal Sentry. This might very quickly turn into a 1 base versus 1 base, I suppose. CatZ needs to burrow. Meanwhile, in the back base, it looks like only, oh wow, only 12 workers have been killed off 36 now, chilling there at that backside with the Mothership Core. Photon overcharged. Mutalisk not doing nada. Grubby is just dominating with these. Oh no! Flying right over the cannons, trying to move in. Looks like it's an attempted target fire at the Mothership Core. Loses 3 Mutalisks total. Grubby charges up the front, picks off all the swarm hosts at the top. It's 1 base versus a functioning 2 base. Creativity CatZ meets solid, stable Grubby. And Grubby has already brought the series to 2-0 despite everything that CatZ's been hurling at him. Is now very close to ending the series with a solid 3-0. And it looks like, indeed, the good game well played. Grubby wins the 3rd-4th place match in a compelling, convincing 3-0 fashion. Which means that CatZ, though he had 2 incredible series, will close out the series, close out the tournament in 4th place. Grubby, though he was unable to top Pult, he will come out in 3rd place. And without any further ado, that means that it is time to go into the grand finals of the King of the Beta tournament. The two players will be none other than Morrow and Polt, two Terrans, Mech versus Bio. Who's going to come out ahead? Well, let's just go find out.